We have another question here that says, solve the following inequalities and represent the solutions on a number line. Now, question one is x plus 18 less than or equal to 9 minus 2x. So, I'm gonna write here. X plus 18 less than or equal to 9 minus 2x. So I'll move the negative 2x over and then the 18 also on the other side. So that makes x plus 2x less than or equal to 9 minus 18. Then that would be what? 3x less than or equal to negative 9. So now we can get the value of x if we divide here by 3. We divide it by 3. And then this would be x is less than or equal to negative 3. So we can do the number line. I'll draw my number line here. And there, let's say negative 3 somewhere there. Now, because the symbol is less than or equal, excuse me, less than or equal, this means that over here we must have a bold circle or a closed circle. And then we can just draw also this is lesser than that, so it goes this way. Okay. So the solution is all these parts. Okay. The part in blue. Now, question 2. That was question 1. And question 2. We have like x minus 3 less than 2x plus 5. So I'll move x and positive 5 on the other side. So this will be like negative 3 minus 5 less than 2x minus x. Okay. And this means that negative 8 is less than x, or we can revert it and say x is greater than negative 8. So again, we can draw the number line over here. Let's say negative 8 is somewhere there. Negative 8, and then the question says that x is greater than negative 8, so it means all these parts. Okay. And the fact that the symbol here is greater than, okay, it's just greater than. This means strictly greater than, not greater than or equal, but greater than. Over here, we must put an open circle by negative 8. Okay, to say that negative 8 is not part of the interval. Okay, is not included in the interval. In the contrary, here negative 3 here was part of the interval. Okay. Next question would be question 3. The question says 5 open bracket x minus 1 close bracket greater than 7 open bracket x minus 1. So in this case, if for instance we extend this, okay, with times, we do 5 times x. Okay, we do 5 times x and then 5 times negative 1, and then 7 times x and then 7 times negative 1. Okay, so this would be like what? 5x minus 5 greater than 7x minus 7. So we can move the negative 7 over, and then move the 5x over. And then this would be what? Negative 5 plus 7 greater than 7x minus 5x. Okay. And then this will make what? Negative 2 is greater than 2x. And if we divide both sides by 2, we get, if we divide both sides by 2, this make what? Negative 1 is greater than x. Negative 1 greater than x simply means x is lesser than negative 1. So if we reverse it. Now, in the number line, we can draw, let me draw it a little bit there. Excuse me. I'll place in negative 1, let's say negative 1 somewhere here. So negative 1 there. And then because we're talking about lesser than, so over here we must put an open circle by negative 1, and then we can draw its x is lesser than negative 1. It means it's all these parts. Okay, yeah, all these parts are lesser than negative 1. Question 3. Okay, what you can do if you don't have the same, if you have different colors like me, you can do like this. Or if you have only one color, try to move this other color a little bit up there. You can do this way. It's still correct. It's still okay. You can do this way. You can move it a little up there like that to indicate. Same also here. You can also move it like there to indicate that it's this part. So you can also do this way. Yeah, both ways correct. And then question 4. Question 4 says that 4 open bracket open brackets x minus 3, and then minus 2 open brackets x minus 1 close brackets greater or equal to 0. Now we can times this by that, and that by that, and negative 2 by x, and negative 2 by negative 1. Now this will make what? 4 times x makes 4x minus 12 minus 2x plus 2 greater or equal to 0. Okay, so 4x minus 2x will make 4x minus 2x makes 2x, and negative 12 plus 2 makes negative 10 greater or equal to 0. Then we can take 2 for the common factors. Okay, greater or equal to 0, and then it's going to be like x minus 5. Now this will make 2 cannot be 0. Okay, but we need the critical values here is 5, because I'm looking at so we're going to say it's x minus 5, which is greater or equal to 0, because okay, because because 2 is positive already, this has to be positive also, that's greater than 0 positive, in order to have a product that is positive, because positive times positive makes positive. So it's x minus 5 that has to be greater or equal to 0. You understand? Let me repeat it again. This 2 here is positive, okay? And then the symbol greater than 0 means this, after the product, it must be equal to a positive. Now, positive times what is positive? It's only times by positive. Reason why I'm going to set x minus 5 greater or equal to 0. Then, if I move the negative 5 over, then it says x will be greater or equal to 5. Then I can draw my number line over here. and then let's say 5 is somewhere there. Now, the fact that we see greater or equal, then I must put a bold circle here. Then we can draw a line in blue. So greater or equal to 5. Or if you like, we can move it a little bit up there. Move this one like that. Good. That was question 4. Okay, the last question of question A. Let's see. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Now the question says that solve the following inequalities and represent the solution on the number line. A. Let's start with question 1 here. It's B1. We have like x over 3 minus x over 2 greater than 1. Now, in situation like this, okay, it's like x over 3 there, like that. Now, in situation like this, we need to make the denominator common, okay? Okay, you're welcome. Okay, we need to make the denominator common. So we'll look at the LCM of the denominator, because over here we have like an invisible denominator there, which is 1. And then we can times the whole equation by 6. Or we can just try to make the denominator common by saying like, because you need to be 6, our times here by 2, our times here by 2, our times here by 3, our times here by 3, and our times here by 6, our times here by 6. Okay, to make the denominator common. Now that they are common, you can just drop the denominators, okay? So we will focus on the numerator. So this means 2x, because x times 2 makes 2x, minus 3x greater than 6, okay? So 2x minus 3x makes negative x is greater than 6. Now we need to be careful here. What if negative x is equal to 6? What about x then? X will be greater than negative 6, right? No, not exactly. It's going to be lesser than negative 6. I can prove you how, why. Imagine that if you have like 2 is lesser than 5, okay? So what about negative 2 to negative 5? Negative 2 is more than negative 5, okay? So with inequalities, unlike equalities, inequalities, like when we times by a negative number, the inequality is reversed. If it was greater than, it becomes lesser than. If it was lesser than, it becomes greater than. It's always like that. Over here, we times both sides by -1. If I times by -1, I obtain positive x. There times by -1 becomes negative 6. Then the further times by negative number, the inequality also will change. It becomes like that. Okay. I want you to pay attention here because it's usually a common mistake students do. Question 2. Question 2, we have like 3x over 4 minus x lesser than or equal to 1.5. All right. Over here, this 1.5, I prefer to write it. It is a mixed number. I prefer to write it as improper fraction. So 1.5 is like 3 over 2. So instead, I am going to make it 3 over 2. Oh, I didn't represent the number line. So the number line here, in this question, we have like -6 is the critical value. So x is lesser than -6. So if -6 is there, I want to put an open circle because it's lesser than, and then I can just put a line which is lesser than -6. okay? Or I can leave it like that because I use different colors, or you can move it also a little up there, okay? It's also correct. Now, over here in question 2, we need to make the denominator common, okay? Over here, the denominator is just 1. Now, the LCM of 4, 1, and 2 is just 4. So I will times here by 4, and then times there by 4 to make the denominator the same. Here times by 2, there times by 2. Now that we have the denominator common, okay, over here it is 4, there is 4, that also 4. We can just drop the denominators. Okay, you can just drop these, and then this will be then 3x minus 4x lesser than or equal to 6. Now 3x minus 4x makes negative x or negative 1x lesser than or equal to 6. Now over here that makes x will be what? Greater than or equal to negative 6. If I times by negative 1, or if I move the negative sign over, it must be now greater than or equal to negative 6. Notice these two. Okay? That the inequality is reversed. Now we can represent that in a number line. You can put it here. Let's say negative 6 is somewhere there. And then because it's greater than or equal, so here it must be a bold circle, a full circle. And then there, I can just draw a line like that. And then, yeah, that's the answer. Question 3. Question 3 says what? Y plus 5 over 3, okay, plus y lesser than or equal to 1, okay? So let's just say, let me just write y this way, y. Now, over here, the denominator is 1, there is also 1. So I need to make a denominator common. So I times here by 3, and there also by 3. Times there by 3, and there also by 3. Now the denominator are common. Then we can just drop the denominators. And then this will be equal to what? Y plus 5 plus 3y lesser than or equal to 3. Then if I do y plus 3y, this makes 4y. If I move the 5 over, that makes less than or equal to 3 minus 5. And then that makes what? 4y less than or equal to negative 2. Then we can divide both sides by 4. Okay? That makes y equal to negative a half. Okay? Then, yeah, we can draw our number line from here. Number line is there. And then, okay, I say equal. I meant to say not equal, but less than or equal. So let's say negative a half is here. And then the number line goes there. That's going to be like a complete circle. Yes, here it is. That was question question 3. Now we can also do question 4. Question 4, we have this fraction 3 y plus 2 over 4 minus y minus 6 over 3 greater than 0. Then I need to make the denominator common, okay? So I'll times here by 3. They are also times the numerator by 3. And that times here by 4. And then I times here by 4 because the LCM of 4 and 3 is 12. So over here it was also, let's say 1. It also times here by 12. Now that the denominator are common, we can just cross that. Then this will make what? 3 open bracket 3y plus 2, okay, minus 4 open brackets y minus 6 greater than 0. So I just write this 3 in front of it, okay. So and then also this 4, also take it right in front there, and then we can times do this times that, this times that, and that times that, and that times that also. That makes what 9y, 9y plus 6 minus 4y plus 24 greater than 0. Okay, that makes 5y plus 30 greater than 0. And that makes what? 5y is greater than negative 30. So y will be equal to negative 6 because we divide both sides by 5. Not equal, but greater than negative 6. Okay, then we can use the number line again over here. We look at it's greater than negative 6. Let's say negative 6 is somewhere there, and then I want to put an open circle and then negative 6, and then there I can just draw a number line there. That's question 4. Now question 5. Question 5. I want to say here 5. What we have, that makes what? X plus 3, okay, and then x minus 4 lesser than or equal to x minus 3, x minus 4, actually plus 4. So we can just times this. So this makes like x times x times negative 4, 3 times x, 3 times negative 4, and then the x times x squared, x times 4, negative 3x times x, and negative 3 times 4. So this would be, now, what does it make? It makes x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 12 less than or equal to x squared plus 4x minus 3x minus 12. Then we can simplify, this x squared on both sides of the inequality, so we can cross this out. We're allowed to do that, the same quantity, because if you move the x squared on the other side, it's going to be negative x squared, and with the x squared, it will cancel out. Same also will with negative 12 and negative 12 there. Now, if I move over here, that makes negative 1x or negative x lesser than or equal to, there it's 1x. So this case, we can move the negative x over, so this would be like 0 is lesser than or equal to x plus x, and this means that 0 is less than or equal to 2x, which means 2x is greater or equal to 0. Okay, if I reverse the equation, the inequality will also be reversed. Let me give you another example. If you have like 2 less than 5, okay, and then if I reversed, it's gonna be 5 is greater than 2. Okay, if I reverse the inequality. So in this case, we reverse the inequality, it's gonna be like that. So we divide by 2 both sides, by 2, understand that um, uh, x will be greater or equal to 0. Now we can draw also the number line. If I draw the number line, let's move it a little bit up there. Let's say x is greater than 0, let's say 0 is somewhere there, 0, and then because it's greater than or equal, I'm gonna put a bold circle over there, and then I was just gonna draw my line. Let's draw it a little bit up there. So it's gonna be like this line from 0 there to positive infinite. That was question 5. Thank you. Well, now we're going to do question C that says solve the following inequalities and represent the solutions on the number line. Now let's start with question 1. We have like 1 here. That makes -2 lesser than x minus 1 lesser than 5. Okay. In this case, whatever okay, I want to get rid of this -1. Okay. What can I do? I will plus 1 actually. I'll plus 1 here, knowing that if I have plus 1 minus 1, it's gonna be 0. Now if I plus 1 on one plus 1 here in the middle, I must plus 1 over here and plus 1 there also. Okay, so this will become then a -1 lesser than x lesser than 6. Now x is in between -1 and 6. So in the number line, I will I'll draw something like this. There, and my critical values here are -1 and 6. So and it's less over here it was lesser than or equal. Sorry, and then there I'll write so here also lesser than or equal. So it's gonna be like by -1 I must put a full circle, and then by 6 I must put not a full circle but an open circle. Okay, an open circle there to say that this limit is not reached, and then I can draw my my interval there. So it means it's this one, this way. I can leave it like this because I'm using 2 different colors. Or if you use one color, you can just watch the other one on top, like this one on top, like that. It's correct. That was question C1. Okay. Then question 2. We have like -3 lesser than x plus 2 lesser than 4. So same way, I need to minus 2 here to get x alone. So I minus 2 there, I minus 2 there also. Then this will become -5 lesser than x lesser than 2. Okay, so x is in between -5 and 2. Now I can draw my number line. Okay, draw my number line. Let's say the number line is this one, and then I can just take my intervals, -5 and +2 there, -5 and 2. Then we have that. So this line is is between -5 and 2. And then question 3, we have like -5 lesser than 2x plus 1 lesser than 5, lesser than or equal to 5. Now, I need to get rid of, I need to have x alone between the inequalities. So our -1, our -1, our -1, then this will become -6 lesser than 2x lesser than or equal to 4. Then what we can do over here, I'll divide by 2, I'll divide by 2, I'll divide by 2. This will make -3 lesser than x lesser than 2. Then we can draw our number line. We can draw the number line like over here. We can put the critical values -3 and 2. So okay, here it's less than or equal. So -3. And then 2 there is a full circle, and then -3 is there. Then can just draw this line to connect the two. Okay, so that's the number line for question 3, and then we can also do question 4. Question 4, the question says that -8 is lesser than 3x minus 2 lesser than 4. Okay, so in this case we can plus 2 there. Okay, we plus 2 there also, we plus 2 there, and then this would be what, -6 lesser than 3x lesser than 6. Okay, to get the value of x, we will divide here by 3, we divide it by 3, we divide it also by 3, and then this would make -2 lesser than x lesser than 2. Then we can draw the number line. Okay, if I draw the number line, it was lesser than, right? So it must be say an open circle over here and over there also. So -2 and 2. Then we can draw our number line by there. Okay, so this will be must be like that. That was question 4, and then we can do question 5 also. 5 that makes what, -9 lesser than 1 minus 5x lesser than 21. Okay, so in this case I want to get rid of this 1, so our -1, our -1 there, our -1 there also. This would be what, -10 then lesser than -5x lesser than 20. Okay, so if I need to get rid of this -5, I'll divide here by -5, there by -5, there by -5. Now guess what will happen to the inequality? So this will become like 2. Okay, x there, and then -4. Now the inequality must switch. Okay, it will switch. Imagine I didn't switch the inequalities. See what will happen if it was lesser than. This means 2 lesser than x and then x lesser than -4. No, numbers are always in ascending order. Okay, so it must be x2 greater than x, and then x greater than -2, which we can rearrange, okay? In ascending order, we can put -4 lesser than x, because this is where sometimes kids call it the mouth of the crocodile. It's closed here, open here, okay? It's closed there, so it's going to be closed there also by -4, and then open by x. And then over here, it's closed by x and open by 2. So we can do the same thing. It's closed by x and then open by 2. So that's the inequality. Now we can draw the number line for this. The critical values here are -4 and +2. So, and then it's lesser than. It's lesser than, or excuse me, over here it was lesser than or equal. So this is going to be equal, and then it's going to be like that. So that's going to be like -4, and then by there it's open, and then 2 there. Then we can connect these two. That's the interval. Then we can also do question 6. Question 6, which is given by -2 lesser than 2 minus x lesser than 2. Okay, so over here we can -2 there, and then -2 over there, and then -2 over there, and then this will make what? -2 minus 2 makes -4 lesser than -x lesser than 0. Okay, so I need to have a positive x in the middle, so I can times the whole equation by negative. Now this will happen by -1. So this is going to be like, if I write 4 there, this will be switched to like that, and then this also like that. Then it can be written as 0 lesser than x lesser than 4. So this is the inequality. Okay, so we can draw the number line. I'll draw my number line here like that, and then there, let's say 0 is there. Okay, it was like this. It was given like this. So this will be it's gonna be, it was like that. So like that, and then it's gonna be by here when we reverse. Okay, so by 0 it's there, open circle. By 4 it's gonna be a full circle, 4 there, and then we can connect the lines like this. Okay, or we can just move it a little bit up there like that. And that was question 6. Thank you.